this is how we've been growing, and this is why we have to go to the bigger premises, because we can't fit the people in anymore, because we've got our clients now coming back, plus the Google clients we need to accommodate. So we need to go to bigger premises to accommodate that. The salon is becoming self-sustainable. All the clients used to want me before, and now the salon is not about me anymore. It's about my team. It's about its own identity. It's about the hair chapel. And that is ultimately when you start realizing you have a business. I have a business now.
Welcome to Diary of the Search Queen, the go-to podcast for salon owners ready to ditch the algorithm and get found by their dream clients on Google. I'm Sonja Pototzki-Raymond, aka Sonja the Search Queen, founder of the Search Republic. And after helping salons generate millions in client bookings, I'm here to show you how to create a reliable, low-stress lead flow without living on your phone. Ready to stop chasing and start filling chairs with ease? Let's go. Hello. Thank you for being here and tuning in for another episode of Diary of the Search Queen. Today I have my wonderful client, Iris Van Ikkelberg. I hope I pronounced that right.
Really?
She is the owner of the Hair Chapel in Cleveland in Queensland, and she's also a coach as well. And we've been working with Iris for about 18 months now, almost 2 years actually. And Iris's story is a bit unique because she first came to us and she had a less desirable website than what she has today, and she wanted to go all in on Google Ads, and we rebuilt the website and got her Google Ads off the ground. So she is absolutely killing it at the moment with her salon, and we are going to obviously I'm going to introduce you to her. Iris, tell us all about you, and thank you for being here. Tell us about your business journey, everything that you stand for. I want to know it all.
Right, hello. I'm Iris, born and bred in Belgium, and that's where I got my education as a hairdresser. I left at 22, went and worked on the cruise ships, had a great time, and then I ended up in the UK. I ended up working there in an amazing salon, learned so much, had an amazing boss, but eventually it was time for me to start my own business. I've always been really driven with business, and I love numbers, and I've always grew up in a business, so it was inevitable that I was going to start my own business. Eventually we moved to Australia, did exactly the same, set up my salon here in Australia, but it was completely different. So I had to completely change what I was doing. Then my business kind of failed. I had to start again from scratch. And gradually we've been building, got the right people on board, and now we just doing really well and really loving it, loving the salon, loving the staff, loving the business aspect of it, and loving to spread it now as well to other people.
Oh, thank you so much for that gorgeous little story. That was really fast for you. I'm very proud of you because we normally go on tangents, me and Iris.
Yeah, I know,
We go
right?
down all the rabbit holes and we go on tangents. So that was really amazing. My love, tell me if we could set the scene for anyone that's listening. Can you take us back to what your salon was like before we started working together? Like what has happened behind the scenes? Like you were relying a lot on socials. At the time there was a lot of reactivity with your marketing. Just give us a heads up of what life was like before we started working together versus what it's like now.
Yeah. So like any business, you've got two type of businesses. You've got businesses who chuck money at everything, and they start and employ people to do everything straight away. But I've never been a person who wanted to get into debt. So in the beginning, I did everything myself. I did my website myself, my social media myself. I did everything. It was me. But obviously, that's not my strength. That's not what I do good. What I do good is hair. And I wanted to cut costs. So eventually, we started to look at doing something with some Google searches, and we employed somebody who we thought was a reputable local company, and we got them assigned to help us with Google search. As it turned out, it wasn't really a company that was reputable. It wasn't a company who employed people overseas to run our accounts. And very, very soon we got ourselves into a sticky situation where we weren't getting the results back. We were spending, but nothing was really happening for us. So
Mm.
eventually I thought, what's the point? Let's close the account. So we closed the account, and simultaneously, as we closed the account, I got hacked. So we lost our social media accounts. We lost our Instagram with all our followers. We worked so hard on
Mm.
our Facebook. Our website was completely like you looked at it. It was a complete disaster. And I also got my PayPal account hacked. So and that was because it was outsourced to overseas, and they had all your passwords. So
Mm.
you
But
need
tell
to
me
really.
about your marketing specifically though, because the marketing that you were with that other company, that wasn't really working. So that's kind of,
Yeah,
and you were doing all of the social media yourself. You didn't really have an automated strategy to bring in leads, didn't you? It
no.
was kind of a bit
Well, if you don't
reactivity
know
and
what you're
thing,
doing, you
and
don't
you
know.
also, when we first met as well, your trust level was very much kind of on the fence
Mhm.
because you had been burnt before. And
Absolutely.
unfortunately, we do see that a lot in our industry. So yeah, so like in terms of your marketing, what is it like now? Talk us through what that's like now. Like what is the salon like?
Yeah. Well, stick at what you're good at. It comes back to that. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't even know how to do SEO. I don't even understand it. So for somebody to do it, it's such a minefield, and the rules and regulations change so fast that I have no idea what I'm doing. So we needed somebody to bring that in for us, who is able to take that off our hands, and that knows what they're doing, but also give us a return on investment. And that's very
Hmm.
important, because
Hmm.
you can chuck money at something, but if you haven't got your KPIs or your return on your investment, then what's the point?
Of course, absolutely. Um, and also I would love to ask, like Salon today, you went from having like only five stylists, now you have 11 stylists, and you've just signed a new lease,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, that's correct. So even less. So we started around, probably around five, and then we grown so much, but the salon has become too small now. So we needed a bigger salon. So we're moving. Yes, we're just in the middle of signing a new lease. Fingers crossed it all goes through. The plans are with the council, but yeah, we need a bigger place. But not only that, we do know that we can secure our future, not just alone with the clients that we have, but we know that we have campaigns that you guys put into place, that if we need something, you guys can back it up for us, to get the clients, to get bums on seat, because at the end of the day,
Absolutely.
that's what's necessary.
100%. And what made you decide that something had to change versus where you were, even though you had given Google a go? What made you take the leap and put your trust in me and my company?
Okay, so first of all, I saw you. I did one of your courses online,
The L'Oreal
and
ones? Yeah.
yeah, the L'Oreal one, and
Yeah.
I just absolutely love how you made things simple, and how direct you were. So you weren't sugarcoating things, and I think from a business perspective, I think there's a lot of salesy people out there who try to um, sugarcoat things to get a sale, but you were just very matter of fact. All right, that's what it is. That's what needs to be done, and it made sense to me. So therefore, I was straight away on board. I think I contacted you guys straight away, and it was that trust that needed to be built. It's as simple as that, and
Hmm.
guaranteeing me that you were going to be the one I was going to be working with, your company, your people, not somebody
Hmm.
else. You
Hmm.
you give it to somebody
I
else.
know they're outsourced into India, like, because it happens so
Yeah.
many times. Like, so yeah, I
Twice.
totally get it.
Two
And
companies I
then
used.
as well, like the earlier days with Google when we first started the campaign, like what were you like so surprised about, like when it first started to take off? Like what was it that surprised you the most?
Within like 3 weeks, we started seeing results, and then all of a sudden, like a few weeks after that, it was like, you said it was going to take about 3 months for the whole campaign to start taking off. but within like a few weeks we started to feel the results, and it was like gradually building up. And then, like you say, the 3 months hit and we were slammed. We just couldn't. We were like, I was standing there, phone call, people, and I was looking at the computer, and I'm like, where am I going to put all these people? And that was a really like almost a belly laugh moment, but really securing the fact that, yeah, no, this is not working. So there was a
Yeah.
big shift happening.
Oh, well, do you know what? I couldn't think of anyone more deserving than you because you're an absolute ray of sunshine. So, you deserve it all, my love.
Thank you.
And I'm just so grateful that we have played that big part of your business journey and been able to turn your confidence around and restore your faith in Google, even though you had a horrendous experience. So that is really lovely to hear. So thank you for that.
Quick break. If you're a salon owner, sick of posting every day with nothing to show for it, or you're staring at the gaps in the books again next week, well, we can help. So book a free call with my team using the link in the show notes, and let's map out a Google strategy that brings in dream clients without the daily hustle. Now, back to the episode.
What kind of results, like, what tangible results have you seen within the salon since we implemented the salon scaling system that we have for you? So, like, obviously, everything that we're doing for Google, SEO, Google Ads, everything. Like, what kind of notable change have you seen even amongst your team?
Well, and this is the thing, isn't it? It's not just about getting people off the street and letting them walk out again. You need to keep those clients there.
Retention.
So, yeah, you need to get your client retention. So it's one thing having people coming and having a leaky bucket. That's no good either, because then you're going to keep on investing, keep on investing. Don't forget, I'm after a real growth journey. So I'm not just happy with sitting where we're sitting. I really want to grow the brand. So our journey might be different than other people. But from a team perspective, we got those people in, and we've really looked at the client retention rate. We measure the weekly new clients retention rate, where they sit, and sometimes they sit lower and sometimes they sit higher. But we're sitting on average around, they're a little bit lower now, the 45-55 mark, our new client retention. That is not the
When you say 45, 50 retention mark, as in age
new
range, or
clients,
just
no, new clients that stay within the salon. So
yes,
the staff are
yeah,
building up their columns. So
yes.
then they don't rely on the Google search anymore, which means I can bring in a new member of staff.
Another
And that is really,
stylist, and then fill them up with Google, more bums on seats. Next stylist,
yes.
conveyor belt, more bums on seats. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So this is how we've been growing, and this is why we have to go to the bigger premises, because we can't fit the people anymore, because we've got our clients now coming back, plus the Google clients. We need to
Mm,
accommodate them, so we need to go to bigger premises to accommodate that.
hmm. Yeah. No, it's amazing. Your journey has been honestly so inspiring to watch. And tell me, my love, like what has shifted, and what has impacted you and your team or your day-to-day life in being a salon owner since you implemented our system?
All right, so like our KPIs and salon turnover, salons work on a really tight profit margin, right? A really tight profit margin. And it's allowed me to take myself off the floor, to get the clients in, to get my staff booked, so I can really work at the business, really look at those KPIs, really make sure that the pricing is structured. Everything is really structured. The salon is becoming self-sustainable, rather than all the clients used to want me before, and now the salon is not about me anymore. It's about my team. It's about its own identity. It's about the hair chapel. And that is ultimately when you start realizing you have a business. I have a business now. Today it's Thursday afternoon. I'm sitting at home, doing a podcast with you. I couldn't do this if the salon was relying on me constantly making sure that
Mm,
you do their social media, the
mm.
you have to make sure that the team can grow itself and you can work on your business.
Absolutely, absolutely. You've hit the nail on the head there, my love. And obviously, with all of this new clients that have been coming through the doors, like, have you noticed like the type of client has changed?
Yes. So we live in an area where there's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people who don't necessarily want to spend money on bigger ticket items. So,
Of course.
you need to go and look for those people. You need to get yourself out there so people see your brand. And we talked about it earlier on about now we really need to elevate that brand because we want to make sure that the people come to us, and when they come to us, they can relate to what we put out there on Google, our website, our socials. Everything has to be cohesive. So when they then come into us, we can offer them the service that they expect. Because
Yeah.
beforehand we had a lot of people walking in from the street, and we still have it right now, and they come in and they say, how much? That's ridiculous. And I'm like, well, I'm not here to fit your budget. We are a
Mm.
brand, we are a destination, and because we are a destination, people come to us and pay the price that we charge.
Yes, absolutely. And it's lovely to be able to charge what you're worth as well, but that also comes down to you believing what you're worth as well.
Yeah.
And tell me this, if there were salon owners that were on the fence and listening to this podcast right now, like what would you say to them with everything that you know in working with us and how you used to rely on social media? What would you say? Could like what would you say
um
to Iris 2 years ago that was not hadn't jumped ship to us yet?
yeah. Don't be a jack of all trades and a master of none.
Have we met?
So
Are we sisters?
yeah. So don't try to do it all because you
Yeah.
can't. It's impossible. I know you need to get to a certain level to be able to outsource and to be
Mm-hmm.
able to move to the next level. But even if it's just one thing that you can let go and give to somebody that is so much better than you at that particular job,
Mm-hmm.
then it's worth investing in it, because the
Mm-hmm.
time that you can get back to then work on something else that's so important is priceless. And I think that is where a lot of salon and businesses get stuck, that they haven't got the money to do something, so they want to do it all, then they get burnt out, they don't get the result, then they quiet, and then they go and chase social media, and then they get a few
Mm-hmm.
clients, bums on seats, but it's not that regular turnover of a spinning
That
wheel,
you can
basically.
guarantee either.
Yeah,
Yeah, completely,
it's, yeah.
completely. Yeah, absolutely. And my darling, now that you've got the ideal dream clients coming through the doors, like what's next for you? Because coaching was a new thing that you started. So, like, do you want to maybe speak about that? And obviously, the business doesn't need you to run anymore. So, what is next for Iris and your brand?
Well, I'm a workaholic. What can I say? So yeah. Having had the ups and the downs of business, I definitely share my scenario, my experience, and it comes out also in the podcast I have, and that way we can share, and people don't feel alone in what they are going through. So it's very important. So I'm working now with businesses. I've got an 8-week program that I really look at with people on their small um, KPIs, and growing from that, and growing their business, and being able to step back from their business and growing it like
Hmm.
I've been able to walk away from it, but also make money, because at the end of the day, there's so many salons out there that close
Hmm.
because they're not making any money, because they haven't got the support, and they want to do it all, and they just need to step back, breathe,
Hmm.
and let other people come into their business and
Yeah.
helping them out, really. Yeah.
So, is your
So
new program just for salon owners?
yes, just for Salon owner. It's
Yeah.
from a book that boss to fire up CEO. So it's an 8-week program where we break it down week by week, looking at what you wanted. Why did you start your own salon? How did you come to wanting to start your own salon? Were you making $6,000 for your boss, and you thought, oh, I start my own salon, but
Hmm.
now you have to do the business, and you can't make $6,000 for the salon anymore because you're working on the business. So
Yes.
and this is what is a misconception. It's
Mm.
not because you're good behind the chair that you're also going to be good at business, and that is
Absolutely.
very, very important.
Absolutely. And my love, so anyone that's listening that might be in your local area, like, so tell. speak to your ideal client there, that might be listening to me in the
All right.
podcast and
Absolutely. So, well, first of all, let's start with
where
our
they can
salon
find you.
client. Our ideal salon client would be a person who wants to walk in, wants to be pampered, knows what they want with their hair, and knows that and trusts us to be able to deliver that. So that's
Hmm.
really
Hmm.
what we strive in, because our education is very, very high in the salon, so we can deliver when people walk in with an image. So that's what we stand for. Now, when it comes to a business salon, are you a small salon that is actually struggling to get ahead and to move forward, and you're not getting the money in, you're a jack of all trades, a master of none, and you are being burnt out? Please, please, please give me a call, text me, give me a message on
Where
Instagram.
can they find you? They can find you in the DMs on Instagram, can't they?
Iris, your salon coach. Simple as that.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it,
So
love it.
and
Well,
then yeah,
no, you go. Sorry, you go.
and listen to my podcast too.
Yeah.
Hair, business, and wine. Hey,
Hair business and wine. I love it. I love it. Well, Iris, you're an absolute dream of a client to work with, and I feel very blessed to have you on my books for as long as I have. And thank you for trusting me and my team. And honestly, I look forward to our meetings every month because you just bring the happiness and the joy and the fun, and you make me realize why I do what I do, and you make me remind me why I do what I do, because
exactly.
you don't have to be burnt out. You can really have that steady stream of new clients. You just need to say yes and take that leap of faith. So,
Correct.
and you have most definitely done that. So, thank you so much, Iris, for your business and for being on the podcast and for everything you stand for.
Thank you for having me.
If today's episode spoke to your salon soul, then hit subscribe so you don't miss the next round of strategy and support. For more help filling your books without the burnout, then check the show notes and you'll find a link to the Search Republic, where we build simple Google strategies that actually work. And if we're not already connected, come and say hi to me on the gram at Sonja the Search Queen, and I'd love to hear what landed for you today.